Hello everybody, it's Barbara Ann. Welcome back to my channel, Straight Out of Context, and thank you so much for coming back for this series. We are on song number 18 of the Torture Poets Department, which is Taylor Swift's new album. This song number 18 is where the second part of the deluxe version of the Torture Poets come in. I think that this is actually a really horrible marketing strategy if you really care about your fans and you're very devout, very devoted fans, that you would give them the second part included. You wouldn't drop one at midnight and then drop the other one at 2 a.m. That's like saying, here, buy this, and all the people that went and bought it at midnight or stood in lines or pre-sale, all that, at 2 a.m., 2 hours later, they're going to be like, oh, really? Dang it, now I have to buy that version too? Not to mention the other 3 versions of the original one. Yeah, crazy. But this song number 18 is entitled The Black Dog. As someone who, until recent events, you shared your secrets with and your location, you forgot to turn it off. And so I watch as you walk into some bar called the Black Dog and pierce new holes in my heart. You forgot to turn it off, and it hits me. I just don't understand how you don't miss me in the Black Dog. When someone plays the starting line and you jump up, but she's too young to know this song that was intertwined in the magic fabric of our dreaming. Old habits die screaming. I move through the world with the heart broken, my longings stay unspoken, and I may never open up the way I did for you. And all of those best laid plans. That's the 4th or 5th time in her song she's mentioned literally best laid plans, exactly like that. I'm starting to believe that this album was created with the help of AI, and that it just did it in like 5 minutes, produced all these songs. You said I needed a brave man. You know, I'm going to stop right there. Because literally Universal Records can not even pay Taylor Swift and pay pennies to have AI literally generate music. That sounds exactly like Taylor Swift. They can take and create an entire million albums and songs just using AI. And it's been done. It's been done with her voice. I mean, look at the deep fakes and everything that people make today. It's just absolutely insane. They could save multi-millions of dollars on contracts and create her albums with the help of AI. I think she did herself, because there's no way that she's writing this garbage. Okay. You said I needed a brave man, then proceeded to play him until I believed it too. And it kills me. I just don't understand how you don't miss me in the shower and remember how my rain-soaked body was shaking. Do you hate me? Was it hazing? For a cruel fraternity I pledged, and I still mean it. Old habits die screaming. 6 weeks of breathing clean air. That's another line she constantly uses. Smoke rings, her man smoking across the bar, missing the smoke, missing the smoky air, breathing clean air, her finally getting color to her face, finally being able to breathe freedom. I still miss the smoke. See, there we go. There we go. Really? Were you making fun of me with some esoteric joke? Now I want to sell my house and set fire to all my clothes and hire a priest to come and exorcise my demons. Whoa. Taylor Swift, did you really just fucking say that in a song? You blasphemous, anti-Christian bitch. I cannot believe you just said that in a song. That is nothing more a slap in the face. To say that, for the people that really do believe in God, that is absolutely insanity. That's beyond blasphemy to say that. And you know, it's probably true, because a lot of people do actually believe in the Illuminati, and that people like her that get their couple years of, I'm the highest famous person in the United States. Yeah, that they sold their soul to the devil, so that's really crazy. Even if I die screaming, and I hope you hear it. And I hope it's shitty in the Black Dog when somebody plays the starting line and you jump up, but she's too young to know this song. That was intertwined in the tragic fabric of our dreaming. Because tail between your legs, you're leaving. I still can't believe it, because old habits die screaming. Sounds to me, Taylor Swift, like you need to break those old habits and get some better, newer ones. And start taking fucking accountability and responsibility. And take all of that and actually proudly take the consequences and the repercussions of your actions and the shit that you have done. Because this is not constantly some man, oh, he hates me, oh, he hates me. Grow the fuck up. Almost 40-year-old, middle-aged white woman. You know what? If you want to be with somebody and you want a future and you want kids, or you want marriage, or you don't want kids, but you want marriage, and you want to grow up with somebody, and you want to be in love, and you want to stay in love, it takes fucking dedication and sacrifice. The same dedication and sacrifice you want everybody to believe that you put into your career, you need to put that into another human being, outside of your own feelings, outside of your own thoughts. And see, that's the thing with love that you don't understand. It's always about what that person makes you feel. And then when they stop providing you with that feeling and you get bored, and the initial love bombing of a initial relationship, of that falling in love feeling, that obsession, that compulsion, that being in love, once that wears off, and that the mundane, mediocre, everyday part of being with somebody starts to set in and seep in, then it's, oh my God, I must be doing something wrong. Men do not like to be criticized, because men work fucking hard too. In fact, they work just as hard as anybody. They have literally made the entire foundation and fabric and infrastructure of not only the United States, but of the entire world. And they still do. And they still maintain that infrastructure and that foundation of the world. Men, they get exhausted. They get tired. And it's always, nobody needs a harping ass girlfriend or a harping ass wife, or a nitpicker, or a micromanager, or an overanalyzer, or an obsessively controlling person, because, oh my God, he's too tired to say hi or text me or talk back or call me. Oh my God, he's drifting away, and I'm the one having to do all the work in the relationship. People have other shit going on in their lives. So do you. A lot of these men have been neglected, emotionally neglected, physically and mentally neglected. A lot of these ex-boyfriends of hers. That's why none of them have anything nice to say, and will go around, above and beyond, to go around and avoid having to ever interact with her again, or anybody in her circle. And that's very telling. Those are not just red flags. That's very telling of what really goes on behind the scenes, and what really happens with the breakdown of Taylor Swift's relationships, and what's really going on. Because I'm telling you what, for almost 40 years old, if you really want something, or you feel a certain way, or you're feeling emotionally, physically, or mentally neglected, while you yourself are perpetrating that same exact thing on somebody else, and then you turn around and you try to blame them for doing what you're doing to them, that's not only hypocritical, that's gaslighting. That's literally the definition of gaslighting. But just to avoid having to be the one that is in the wrong when you're really in the wrong, that is so emotionally retardant. And emotionally immature, and emotionally elementary. People don't do that. When you feel like, hey, I feel like you're being distant, or not only are you being distant from me, or that you're not communicating as much as you usually do. What's going on? What's the issue? What's the problem? What are you really feeling? Because I love you as a person, and I care about you. I want to know what's going on in your life. I want to actively be a part of that. I want to help. I want to be a positive, proactive influence in your life. I want to be a part of your future, because I love you, because of the person that you are, because of your character. I can't imagine not being with you. I want to spend the rest of my life growing old with you, giving you all of my finest years, my youth, my prime. I want to give you that. I want to give you my aging process. I want to give you all of it. I want us to have that. You sit down and you talk to that person. It's as simple as that. So you don't have to keep regurgitating the same fucking bullshit ass songs over and over and over again. You actually have something new. This is my opinion, and this is assumption only, but I think that Taylor Swift definitely has some kind of mental illness. Definitely some kind of borderline, some kind of personality disorders going on here. If not just obsessive compulsion and anxiety that comes with borderline. I think borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder with narcissistic traits. Maybe not so much narcissistic personality disorder, but the narcissistic traits that come with that, and the obsession and the compulsion and the anxiety of having borderline personality disorder, because borderline personality disorder really centers around relationships. And that fear, then an innate control and fear of being abandoned. And that's why they actually push people away. And they actually cause the breakdown of their relationships. Not just with boyfriends, with others too. Work relationships, within their family group, With Taylor Swift, it's going to be different because she's not going to know the difference because she's got people that are yes men, yes queens, yes girls, telling her that she can never do any wrong and that everything she does is genius. It's not. It's not. And this album fucking sucks. And it's boring. And it's dull. And every song is the fucking same. And I hate to say that. But it just is. And the thing is like, I look at Taylor Swift and she literally looks like if I could take my cousin Christy and my cousin Carol Ann, who we call Turtle, if I could take my cousins Christy and Turtle, I literally could create Taylor Swift's face because she looks like a mix facial feature wise of two of my cousins. So when I look at her psychologically, like two of my cousins that I am very deeply bonded with and love so much. In fact, my cousin Carol, her father was actually my first cousin, so she's technically my first cousin's oldest child, but she, I've always considered her to be like a first cousin because my cousin, her dad passed away, some years back. And so she's from Pennsylvania. Yeah. From the Bedford, Pennsylvania area. But so there's something about Taylor Swift that like emotionally kind of hits me. Like I feel like, nobody's actually telling her the truth or really loving her the way that she needs to be loved. Not the way she wants to be loved by a man, but really loving her the way that she needs to actually be loved. And telling her the truth. Actually telling her the truth. Or even giving her an honest review. And I don't mean to be harsh or be mean, but when you put this stuff out, and you have the audacity to put lyrics like that out there in the world, you're going to get open, honest criticism. And it's not because I dislike her. I wanted nothing more than to be her fan and to be cheering her on, really. Because when I look at her face, I psychologically see two of my closest cousins who I love very deeply. And are both amazing women who have endured some of the most tragic circumstances in life. Both of them, my cousin Christy, my cousin Turtle, I couldn't even begin to tell you. Finding your own father deceased. Being essayed by your own father. So these are two of the strongest, most beautiful women I've ever had the honor and privilege of not only calling family, but friend. And so there's something about her face when I see it that just like triggers, but I have to remember like she's not the people I know. She just happens to look like God created this perfect mix between the two faces. But yeah, I've always just given everybody the benefit of a doubt, but this album and it's not even overexposure. It's her entire career has been nothing but overexposure and shoving it down everybody's throats that this is what it is. That this is so genius, this is so good. She can't even pick the proper grammar for the titles of her songs. I don't believe that's high IQ at all. Because some of the most intellectual people are the people that have high IQs, superior IQs, but they also have street smart as well as book smart. And those are people that have the life experience as well as the intellectual smarts and capacity. So those are people that you're not finding in Hollywood or connected to anything in Hollywood. That's in the 99% of people that are actually out in the world just living and surviving and trying to get by paycheck to paycheck or trying to get by, people that are disabled like me who are still trying to get their Social Security and being denied over and over and over. People like me who went through cancer and still cannot physically work anymore and still trying to get rightfully Social Security income, and Social Security disability income. There are a lot of people that are extremely intelligent and can look at stuff like this and decipher it. So you're not just tricking your fan base and whatever, 1 million people, 2 million people out of 331 million American citizens. Yeah. I'm not going to be one of those ones. I mean, I wanted to cheer her on. I remember when she came out with her, because she's my age. So I remember when she came out with her first big album. And when she came out with her song, Romeo and Juliet, and the music video and everything. And I was like, oh, okay. It's funny because she's like playing this dorky dweeby artist but really she's not. She's projecting that cheerleading. And she's singing the opposite in her song and making people think that she's this dweeby girl who isn't cheerleader like, but really in reality it's the opposite way. I said, I don't know who in the hell is psychologically falling for this bullshit, but whatever psychiatrists or psychologists are working behind the scenes to do that marketing and advertising and that PR, they really have fooled a lot of people. And that's okay to like her songs and like the music still. I mean, I don't hate anybody for liking that type. But this really, I mean, her albums have solely screamed the other people that have helped produce it. I don't think this is good either. I think this is a zero out of 10.